Hey guys. Um, so Bruce is doing the morning show this morning because I wasn't sure if I would have a voice this morning, and it's there, but it sounds actually I have more voice than him actually. So he had just. It's so funny being on this side of the thing again. Um, now. So he's doing his Alexa, turn down to 3. Okay. Um, so he messed up the part of the kitchen I usually use. He knew I was doing my video this morning. I don't have my glasses on. That's what's weird. Okay, so he knew I was doing my video this morning, but he went ahead and messed up his part of the part of the kitchen that I use. He made himself tea and just like. So oh. Anyway, so I'm going to go get my glasses, and then I'm going to do a blood test, a blood sugar test thing, show you how easy that is to do. And then I'm going to, he said he's not going to do chicken of the week on that, so I'm going to do chicken of the week for him and put it on his page. I got to put makeup on this morning because he was not in the bedroom. So anyway, so I'm going to get my coffee. I'm going to get my glasses. I'll probably have to turn that off because that might make me not able to concentrate. So I'll be right back. Okay, I found my glasses, and I'm on my husband's chat room for his radio station, just to see how that goes. Bruce is on it, Jack's on it, so there's only one more space left, so I probably should get off of it. So if someone else comes on, then I'll get off so that somebody else can. He only has 4 spaces on his chat room. It's kind of a neat little thing. I have my smart coffee. I'm running out of my original recipe, so I'm going to have to look and see if they have the new recipe in pretty soon. I need to look at my updates and stuff. I'm so far behind on everything. It's crazy. So anyway, let me see if I can. Okay. I had it minimized, and then I couldn't see what I was doing. So, okay. So what I'm doing right now is there's this little container here that you take out your little test strips for your blood sugar. And I've had 2 sips of my coffee, so I probably shouldn't have that. Anyway, and then this is your little thing that hooks the thing on your finger. And you have to pull it like this so that it pops a little button open. And then you got your little reader right here. And you put you've got your little, the end has a little barcode, and you put that in, and your reader wakes up. So this is this reader. This is from HEB. Anyway, and so then you have to make sure your hands are washed, which mine are. And then you find a space on your hand or whatever, finger where it's like soft or whatever. And it has all the directions on how to do that. But let's see if I can. And then you just click it. And it stings a little, but it's not that bad. And then you take, you like push out some of the blood and wait till it does that. So it has enough of my and so my blood sugar right now, fasting blood sugar, is 115. I don't know much about blood sugar, but not sure that's good or bad. So anyway, but I've been wondering if some of my autoimmune symptoms that I've been having is blood sugar related. And, there are things called insulin resistance and other things that are not diabetes, but just other things that mess with your blood sugar. And it's just basically your body's just confused. So anyway, so I've been wanting to get one of those for the longest time, and I finally got one. And I'm glad because it's giving me some information. What's really funny is that when my blood sugar is lower, like down, like like 100, 106 or whatever, I don't feel very good. At 115, I feel fine right now. Maybe. I don't know. You get to a point where there's a new normal and you get used to how you're feeling, and it may not be normal. You may be like, I don't know. Because you get, I remember having my firstborn child, and when he was born, I thought I would feel better, and I didn't. And I was like, well, crap. Why did I want to be a mom so fast? I was kind of bummed. I love my child. I never, ever, yeah, he's one of the best things that ever happened to me. So I'm not complaining about that. But anyway, okay, so let me go write down this reading, and I'll be right back. Click. Okay, so I went ahead and let the chickens out because they were freaking out. They are the most sensitive birds. I don't know anybody whose birds are as nervous as ours are. We have some buzzards that like to low fly them because they like to mess with them. I mean, you can tell it's just to make them make noise. It's like they have fun doing it. It's kind of like Peabody. Peabody sometimes flies over them just to make them all scream. It's like, stop it! Anyway, so there's a teeny tiny little dove that's injured. It can't fly. So it's walking around the garden, and that is completely freaking them out. And I'm like, it's this big. What's it going to do to you? You're this big. So anyway, I don't know. They're weird. But they're so noisy because of it. And I'm like, shut up. You need to stop doing that. It's like the crying wolf thing. We're always like opening windows and going out there to find out if somebody's injured. Last night it was because a rake fell. I'm like, come on, guys, look and go. Ooh, rake. That's a rake, not a snake, not a buzzard, not, it's not going to eat me. Anyway, so yesterday we did like a house cleaning day, but I think most of my day, I'm trying to think, what did I do? I don't remember doing a whole lot of anything. I think I set up. I didn't do as much. My husband vacuumed floors for me. That's a real hard thing for me to do. And he cleaned his bathroom and studio for his interview this morning. And then he did his laundry, he did everything he said he was going to do. I did none of the things I said I was going to do. And he fixed Hamburger Helper last nice healthy meal. Hamburger Helper, but I made him like put 2 bags of vegetables in, so. And then I just scooped all the vegetables out and ate that. So I didn't do as much yesterday as I should have, but I think I was spending the day blowing my nose, sneezing and stuff. But I did do some stuff. Not a lot, but I did do some stuff. So let's see. So Bruce he has somebody coming by this morning for an interview from I think it's like a pregnancy center. It's like and I forgot the name that he told me. But they're going to talk about adoption and all of that kind of stuff. And my husband was adopted, and his story was actually really cool, really interesting. I screwed up. He wanted to find his birth family there was a day that we were stuck at the hospital because I was going into premature labor. I was overriding my pump, my equipment that was keeping the babies in, and he wanted to, since he was there and he was very close to the offices, and it was like $175 to go in and find his birth family, or at least get her to call the birth family, and get the information. And so I said, honey, we've got twins that are going to be born any day. We can't afford it. If I would have let him do that, he would have had 6 months with his mom before she passed away. And so I will kick myself for that forever. She was dying of cancer, so she probably was in a really bad part of that particular disease. I think that she at that time had retained a lot of water and stuff, so she didn't look like herself and whatever. And so, but I took that away from him by making a stupid decision. And it would have, in the long run, you look back and it would have been an explosion of, here she has cancer, and then Stace would have found out about his brother, and maybe too many things would have happened. Maybe it was a God thing that I did that. Maybe it wasn't a good time. But I really would have liked for him to have met his birth mom. He did meet his birth dad, and that was interesting. It was he could see where he got some of his characteristics, some of his features, and his hair color, and all kinds of things. And but he's a short man, so that's funny. But you could see some of the, I guess, mannerisms and things that he had. But they were they didn't really know about him, and yet they did. It was kind of a he was going to evidently search out my husband, and she told him, no, he's not yours. And she told him that so he wouldn't go search, because that family wanted to adopt Bruce when he was born. And so her way of protecting him was to say it wasn't his. And when you look at the pictures, it's like dead ringer. It's like, he looked at him and he went, yeah, you're mine. It's kind of, yep. Anyway, so it was a good experience for Bruce in that he has some family. He has a sister that he has a sister, one or two or so of the brothers on his birth father's side that he's met. He keeps up with a few of them. And he has his brother Stace, which they're like that kind of, it's just like magically, like the very first time they met, it was like, wow. It was like they'd never not known each other. It was really cool. Very interesting. And so he's going to have that interview today. So that should be interesting. And I'm not sure. I don't think she can tell any stories about, because of legal things. But she, but she can answer some questions and whatever. And I'm kind of, I kind of wish he would have brought Stace in to do that interview. Anyway, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes really well. He sounded excited about getting to do the radio show on his own this morning. So yeah, I know, Greta. Just go ahead and use it. I gotta put more litter in there. So he sounded kind of excited about doing it on his own. So I'm gonna let him just. He's like, well, she can stop by and say hello. I'm like, that's okay. But anyway, okay, we're still that poor cat. Okay, I've got to clean that up. The poor thing. It doesn't. It doesn't like big litter boxes. It has issues. The cat has issues. That's an understatement. But right now, he likes this little box that we have. The big boxes, he won't use them. He doesn't like putting his feet in that litter, even though he's not declawed. He has all of his claws. But he doesn't like putting his feet in that litter. And so he stands on the edges of the box, and he'll put like his hind legs in the litter or whatever. But his issue right now is that his backside doesn't know when he's done, or isn't able to, he's got to walk it out or something. I don't know. So you get most of it in the box, and then get a few of them that are right next to the box. So, but what can you do? I'm not gonna put him down. He still has a good life. He's spoiled rotten. So I don't know what I'm gonna do today. It's kind of cool outside. I let the birds out, like I said. Their coop smells horrible, and everything is so overwhelming out there because I haven't been out there. Please do not. Walking sideways. And so, good boy. Okay, so I should. Although, what do? I dressed. I got nice and dressed this morning. I have a skirt on. Of course, my socks are like crazy socks, but I have a skirt on and makeup on and everything. So I'm not gonna go chicken cleaning. That's not on the agenda. I'll just have to. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I know I'm stirring my drink. I'm sorry. So I can hear Becky. Whenever I do something that's annoying, I can hear her say, "Stop eating with your stop stirring your tea. Stop saying I love Becky. I love her. She's supportive of everything that I do. She's so sweet to me, and she loves to tease me. So and I know that my cousin her daughter just had surgery, and I have not. My phone went dead, and I haven't charged it, and I need to charge my phone and see if everything's okay with that. But I don't know what else we're gonna do today. I don't know if he has work today. He was a little unhappy yesterday because he went to a possible the funding for the radio station. The station costs us. We had a thing on how much it costs for the two stations. It costs us wrong page. Still wrong page. Maybe I don't have the right page. Okay, so per month, the radio station, well, he has everything clumped together with the lawn care business, the radio station, everything with our expenses. The radio station costs us about $400 a month. That's just the basic cost of, because you have to pay for BMI and all this stuff for the rights to play this music, and you have to pay for your streaming, you have to pay for all these different things, and then his equipment is all paid for. It's all older stuff. Unfortunately, some of the things have been given to him, so that's been nice. But he does have some debt for things that he needs to pay off. And but when you're looking at a debt of a certain amount, and then you have to get enough advertisers in to pay for the debt before you can make any profit. And he wants to do this as his retirement. And the rock station is doing more than the country station is. So the rock station has a huge amount of listeners. The country station has a whole lot less because we have a local Americana station here that people listen to, but they don't play the music that Bruce plays. Bruce plays classic country, like Reba McEntire and George Strait and that kind of stuff. And the radio station here doesn't play that. And so they play the Americana stuff. So anyway, he loves both stations equally. His rock followers are pretty cool people. They really are. They're really nice people, and they really support him a lot. They buy T-shirts and stuff to support him, and I think that's really sweet. But yeah, so we have to get to a point where the station has more supporters and whatever for Bruce to be able to use it with retirement. And then we have a rent house and whatever. And some of the things we're not doing right so that we can make enough to survive. And so it's like we're like shuffling things around. But I think everybody's doing that right now. You try to do everything you can possibly do to make some money, some funds. And the world is different, and it's not set up for people like us. It's set up for the really, really wealthy people. And those that are wealthy are getting wealthier off of the people who are having to pay large interest rates on their credit cards because they're having to use them to survive. And so that's the way that it is. And I have 3 gorgeous young men who all have very good paying full-time jobs, and not one of them can afford to buy a house. And they have great jobs. I mean, great jobs that pay really good money that they should be able to live in a house and no, it's crazy. It's not set up so that young people can survive. And we definitely need to change that, because there's, the American dream used to be able to buy a home and have your own property and be able to raise a family. Well, the kids now, they're like, I can't afford a home. I can't, so I'm just gonna, go on a cruise, go do something. They don't, and then they wonder, why do they have depression and stuff? Well, because they can't do anything. They can't build their future. A lot of them are still paying off college debt that got them absolutely nowhere. And, so they're paying off this lovely college debt. Where does that go? And, the interest rates on that are like ridiculous. So that money's going to whoever, wealthy person. And they can't do anything. They can't buy a home, and they can't afford to have kids. And so they have to have 2 incomes. Both people have to work. No one gets to stay home and raise any children. So the children are raised by daycare, which is not healthy. I know a lot of people who were raised in daycare, and they're great, perfect people. But it's always best when you get to see your child's first steps. It's always best when you get to be the one who raises them and gets to be mom, and isn't, having to leave a child at a daycare 40 hours a week. And so, there should be if you choose to do that, that should be an option. But um, there should be an option of being able to have one income and a home and children and stay at home and have the wife stay at home. That is the American dream right there, That's being able to have your own business is the American dream. Okay, well, now everybody who has their own business can't get insurance. They can only get insurance through the Obamacare stuff. Okay, well, the Obamacare stuff, none of the good doctors that you have now will take it. So you have to go with doctors who are either brand new and will take whatever, or whatever. None of the doctors that I've gone to for years and years will take buy insurance, the only insurance that a small business can get without spending a ridiculous amount of money. And so, who can afford $1,600 a month in insurance? That's crazy. I can't even afford a house payment. I'm just fortunate that Bruce and I, when we got married, that we found a little fixer-upper house for, $19,000. Fixed it up and added on to it and whatever. So we did things slowly. So it took us forever with everything. But we were able to keep that house, and fortunately for my son, because my son lives in it, and then my other son lives in the other house. So, you're not getting great rent money from at least one of the houses. We're not getting any income. It's just enough to keep the house there. But it's just, the world is just messed up. To rent a house in town, to rent an apartment in town is like $1,400 a month. And so, it's just crazy. It's crazy. They have to change things. If they want the world to get better, they're going to have to change things, because these kids, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They're like, well, we can't afford to do anything. So Justin, I think has a really good idea. He takes very good care of the house in town that we have, and then he has decided to use some of his extra funds, to go on cruises to different places while he can. And I remember Becky did that. Becky got to travel. And then she had her kids and stuff after that. But she still travels with kids. She's amazing. I don't know how she does it. Anyway, she's gone everywhere. She's seen everything. I'm not a traveler. I like to stay at home. Everybody knows that about me. But, yeah. So anyway, they're going to have to change things, because if they want the young people in the world to contribute to the world, they're going to have to give them some options of being able to afford to live in it, because this is crazy. I don't know if New Braunfels is the only place, but, they treat New Braunfels like it's the elite place to live. And granted, it's a nice place to live, but you have to be able to afford to live there. A little dumpy old house built in 42 who, that needs fixing up and needs all this kind of stuff should not be charged $4,000 a year for taxes. That's crazy. That's just crazy. The house, you look at the house and you're like, there's no way. We spend, $361 a month just for the taxes and insurance on that house. It's like, that was my house payment. My house payment was $240. I'm paying more than my house payment for just the taxes and insurance. That's just ridiculous. I feel like I'm having to just buy my house for the rest of our lives. It's just crazy. I don't understand it. I don't know what my husband gets upset with me when I say the green ugly park benches. But, when they they made this really nice area down Walnut, and they bought like 20 green park benches, and each one was like a couple $1,000 or something like that each. A bench. It was like $2,000 or $3,000. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but anyway, it was a ridiculous amount of money for I mean, and people just were like livid. And nobody uses them. They're never sat in. You can drive down that thing all the time, and I mean, in 100 times that I've driven down that road, maybe I've seen somebody sit in one once. And I'm like, well, that was a waste of money. So for each and every one of those park benches, that was someone's taxes. One park bench. I paid for 3 park benches. 3 park benches a year. Anyway, it's just stupid. I don't know. It's my thing. I know. I get frustrated with that. I think people should have the opportunity. If people work hard, they should be able to survive. Period. If you work hard and you're a good person, you know, if you're one of these people who work hard and has to cheat people because that's the only way you can survive, I mean, seriously, don't make it to where that's the case. You got to make it to where people can be good people, work hard, make a living, own a home, you know, have a healthy, safe place to raise your children, a healthy, safe neighborhood to raise your children, you know. And then with that comes good kids, less crime. You know, if mama gets to stay home and raise a child and take care of it and do all of these nurturing things where the child is loved and cared for and whatever, and isn't going to work and having to leave the child someplace, and you know, and then if there's so much divorce and all the different things that are causing kids to feel all of this burden of whatever, to the point where, you know, the kids are struggling, and something has to change. I don't know that it will, though. I'm not sure that that's the plan, but I'm just very fortunate that we were born when we were and were able to do what we did, because otherwise my kids would have no place to stay. They wouldn't have they'd be in apartments and not get the experience of caring for a home and caring for, you know, all those different things, learning how to do things. Mine get to learn how to do things, you know. They get to learn how to repair things, and they get to learn how to, you know, wait at the house for the so-and-so to come by and understand how the house is built and all, you know. That's just crazy. Anyway, so I am 33 minutes in, which I always try to stay at around 30 minutes, and so I am at my cap. I probably should do a chicken of the week for Bruce just to be nice, but I don't want to go outside and get a dirty bird, so I'm trying to think, do I have a bird in the house? I don't know if I don't have as many birds in the house. That's what's nice. I only have a few. So I could, I'm trying to think, but I think I've used almost all the house birds already. I should go out and get Henny, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want chicken feed all over me right now. So anyway, so I guess I don't know what I'll label this. Millennial troubles. and I don't know, me talking about whatever. That's what I'll label it. So anyway, you guys have a great day. It's Friday, the 22nd of November, and I should, if anybody has some ideas of some topics you want me to talk about, or anything you want me to show you that I can do, I'm a very crafty person. It's just I can't think of. I would have to put like a camera at the top and show me doing something, and it takes me forever to do some of the things. So I would have to like pause and then unpause and pause and unpause. But that might work. I mean, I've got some things that I really would love to show y'all how to do. But I might, I always say, every day I say, I might do something fun today. And I look at my kitchen and I go, ugh, probably not. Still got laundry to fold. I don't think I made it through much of my laundry at all. It's all over the couch. I have like 7 loads all over the couch, and they need to be folded, and I need to do that. That's what I should do right now. Fun. I could put on a movie or something and fold it while I'm watching a movie. Bruce just like sits on the clothes. I'm like, you're crushing my clothes. Anyway, okay, so you guys have an awesome weekend. Thanksgiving's coming up. Tell me about your favorite dishes or something, because I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving. Yeah, think of all the things you can be thankful for. Christmas comes up. I think I'm going to do an Advent wreath, and I'm going to do the candles and everything, and I'm going to do the whole kit and caboodle thing to prepare for Christmas. And I think that's a neat idea to kind of prepare your heart for that special day. And I think I'm going to do what my brother Scott does, and I'm not going to put the manger together completely. I'm going to put the parts as if they're on their way, and then I'll put Jesus there on Christmas Day and stuff. I like that idea. I think I've never done that one, and he had said that to my other brother, and I thought, you know what, I need to try that sometime. So I also need to like start putting like other little animals into my mom's nativity that she made. I got my grandmother's nativity. My mom made 3 nativity sets. She painted them. They were ceramic. So she made one for herself. No, I got hers. So she made one for herself. She made one for my Omi, and she made one for my grandma Craft. And so Michael's went to Omi. No, yes. Omi's went to Michael. Grandma Craft's went to Scott, and hers went to me. So I have hers, and fortunately, she didn't take it with her when she divorced, so I got it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten it because we still didn't get anything from her husband. So all that stuff's gone, from what I know. But had I not gotten it, I wouldn't have gotten it. It would have been sold. And so I'm so happy that she didn't take it with her. I'm so happy she didn't take it with her, because I have her nativity. And she worked really hard on those, and everybody has blue eyeshadow. You didn't know. Mary and Joseph and all of them, they all wore blue eyeshadow. So anyway, I think I'm going to set part of that up. I might set like the manger and the animals and kind of get some of that set up. I don't know where to set it though. I really want to set it someplace where you can interact with it, but I don't. My house is so cluttered. I need to declutter. Mary, come over and help me declutter. No, she'll throw everything away and I'll scream at her. Yeah, I should get Candy here. She's sweet. She'll try to throw things away and I'll say no, and she'll just go, okay. I just get her over here. Candy, come help me organize my house. Anyway, it would be fun. Okay, so you guys have an awesome day, and I will let you go. I will let you go this time. Okay. Bye.